This is an infected cyst on the face, and I do not recommend popping these because 1, they're going to come right back unless you get rid of the sac. 2, it's going to worsen the infection. And 3, using this much pressure on the face is going to increase the risk of severe scarring. -1, no glove. This is onycoxis, which is just a fancy way of saying thickening of the nail plate. I see this every single day in dermatology. It's most commonly associated with fungal infections, but can also be seen with psoriasis. Dangerous location, triangle of death. Happy Thanksgiving, glove gang. All right, I'm not gonna rank this one. I'm not gonna review this one. I'm gonna let you all review this, so give me your best ranking, best review, what is this, and the best description I'll pin after 24 hours, so let the games begin. Let's see what's going on here. These can be super satisfying to watch, but this is just normal oil and dead skin cells that fill up your pores. Your pores are essentially a hair follicle with an attached oil gland, so it's completely normal for oil to accumulate in them. Now don't go pressing on your nose to see if you can do this, but salicylic acid is by far my favorite ingredient to help get rid of it. This is an abscess with periorbital cellulitis, which is basically an infection around the eye. Do not mess with this because if it spreads behind the eye, it can lead to blindness and death. Okay, this is an infected cyst. Okay, we definitely have to deduct points because of the technique, but this is an insane pop, and it's going to fill right back up unless you remove the sac. This is what it looks like when you put an earring back in after it's been out for a long time. You should clean the earring with isopropyl alcohol. This one looks mildly infected. I got tagged in this one a bunch of times. It's not uncommon to get cysts and acne bumps behind the ears because there's a lot of oil glands there. This is an airsoft BB, and these are actually extremely dangerous. I've seen a few people lose their vision with these. Always wear eye protection. This is the first time I'm seeing one of these on TikTok. This is not a pimple. That right there is actually joint fluid. This is a digital mucus cyst and it's connected with the joint. It can deform the nail and you should never pop these. Thank you all so much for all the tags. You know how much I hate pore vacuums. This is not real skin. All right, let's see what's going on here. Tiffany is removing an epidermal inclusion cyst. Now you may have heard me say in the past that unless you get rid of the sac, these grow right back, and this is a perfect example. All that cottage cheese gunk that you see there is all just keratin debris that's built up inside of the cyst. And that right there is a perfect example of that sac that I'm talking about. Unless you remove that capsule, these come right back. This is a beautiful excision. It goes without saying, 10 out of 10. We're dealing with the deep acne nodule on the neck. No hands, so he keeps all his points. Nope, -1, no gloves. He's also forming a lot of scarring on the neck. If you're forming scarring, see a dermatologist. This is just normal oil production. If you use salicylic acid, a retinoid, or niacinamide, you can decrease it, but there's really no need to. Just leave it alone. This is palmoplantar keratoderma, which essentially just means thickening of the skin on the hands and feet. Now this can be inherited or associated with conditions like psoriasis. The key is to soak your foot in a bath daily, use exfoliants like pumice stone, and keratolytics like urea, salicylic acid, or lactic.
So this cyst has been on my face for like 5 years, and I've had it injected with a steroid a few times, and it finally just started coming out. Oh my God. Oh my God, it shot on the... Oh! Oh!
Looks like we're dealing with a ton of sebaceous filaments, which are just oil and dead skin cells that clog up your pores. Now, using a pore spatula may be super satisfying to watch, but if you use a retinol 5 nights a week and salicylic acid 2 nights a week, it prevents these from building up.
BF pulled the fattest chunk of pus out of his nose.
Oh my God.
One is incredible. He went full auto pop mode. And it hit the mirror. I guess I can't subtract a point for no gloves because otherwise how would he have access to it? But this one looks rough. I would definitely have it checked out by a dermatologist. This looks like the frosting we use to decorate cakes. These are steatocystomas, which are cysts that develop from the oil glands. They're really the only type of cyst that you should call a sebaceous cyst. Now, when you get multiple of these, like this patient here, it's called steatocystoma multiplex, and it's an inherited disorder. The technique here is 10 out of 10, and this is super satisfying to watch. First of all, some of you are wrong in these comment sections. Maybe try concealer? Come on. Lil Uzi's diamond? Anyway, this thing actually started out as a pimple that got infected, which is why I always say -1 no gloves and not to pop your pimples. Because this one is infected now, it needs to be drained and it also needs some antibiotics.